46. Older than you two, for sure. Yeah.
I think I win.
Annette, how old are you?
We're live. Hi, everyone.
I don't know if I want to share my age.
I mean, you might as well just share it with a few hundred people now.
57 in July.
Woo! My gosh.
Girl.
Yeah, it's like half of the
I got a lot of catch up to do money-wise, financially.
Well, we'll dig into that. Justin, did you make me the host again? Well, good morning, you guys. We are so excited to be with you. As you can see, we got a great lineup for you. We got Jeanette Palmer is going to be coming on. Rachel Richards is going to be coming on, Michelle Bamba, and then little old me. And so I'm really excited after not being with you for the past couple of days, and now I get to be back. And having the trainers and the presenters and everyone just done such an incredible job. No one put a one or a thank you or whatever you want to say to show gratitude to those guys, because I truly believe we have some of the greatest trainers and presenters in the world, not just in Optavia, but these guys really know their stuff, don't they? Don't they know their craft? I mean, and that's what I love about Optavians. You know, generally we walk the steps before we try to tell. One of the things, I got invited a few years ago to Azusa Pacific University, and the first time I got invited back to speak in a classroom setting, it was in a health and nutrition class, which the professor has now just become a health coach. So many of you guys may have seen Shannon and Brad Jenkins join our family, but Shannon invited me in to come speak to her class. So I came and spoke to her class, and it was great. While I was there, I saw some of my old buddies that I played football with. One of them was a business and marketing professor, or one of the adjunct professors. And so I spoke in his class, and then another professor asked me to speak in his class. So I went into this business and marketing class. And since then, they've never asked me to come back for the business and marketing classes, because I essentially said, you know, everything that you're learning right now is good. This is all good stuff. But none of this matters. This is all theory. You're not really going to learn until you get out there and you start doing. That's where the education really starts. And so one of the reasons why, and I don't think they like that very much, and I kind of said, you know, a lot of your professors have never even started businesses before, and yet we're trying to teach it. I don't think they like that, so they never invited me back. But I have been brought back in a larger capacity now. But that's what I love about our trainers. That's what I love about what we do, because these guys aren't just talking it. These guys are walking it. And those are the sort of people that you want to follow. You want to follow and learn and really glean information and education and inspiration from people that are actually doing the work. Put hashtag DIA. We just got to do it anyway. And these guys are doing it. Hashtag DTW, do the work. So today is going to be great. Today is all about how can you accelerate the process. You guys say accelerate with me. Say accelerate. Go on and text your coach right now and say, I want to accelerate the process. Everybody do that. Just don't text me, because I'm going to get like 500 text messages. But if you got a coach outside of me, go on and text them right now. I want to accelerate the process. And one of my foundational philosophies is 2 is better than 1. And so I've been teaching my son for years, since Ezra was 1 year old when I started coaching. Isn't that amazing? Like, I put up a picture on my Facebook right now, and I think at that point he was 4, or he was 3 in that picture when we hit presidential director. And I look back on those days and it just seems so wow to me. But one of the things I've fallen in love with is all of the lessons that I've been teaching this dude since he was only 1 year old. And one of the lessons is, Ezra, 2 is better than 1. And I would say in the majority of cases, that's true. I say, Ezra, investing $1 is good. Investing $2 is better. I tell the coaches, having 1 client, that's good. Getting 2, that's better. One coach is good. Two is better. I tell Ezra, hey, one rental property is good, man. Having two or more doors is better. I say, Ezra, one girlfriend is good, but having two or more, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So it doesn't really work when it comes to that. But for the most I'm sorry, for the most part, you guys are crazy. For the most part, that philosophy really works. And it definitely works in coaching, right? Because if you're on a health assessment and you're able to garner one client, what if you can, from that same health assessment, acquire 2, 3, or 4 clients from one health assessment? What if from all the people that you knew, they were so inspired and so motivated by your story and what you did that all they wanted to do was send you people? What if everyone you met became this incredible referral source? Or even all of your clients became an incredible referral source. So that's what we want to get into today. So get your mental track shoes on, because it's going to be crazy. This is how we're going to accelerate the process to really filling up those lines. And I know you guys got some lines to fill. This is day 6 of our 11 days, which means we still got a lot of time. We still got a lot of time. Put in the chat in the comments, I still got a lot of time. There's still plenty of time. Put that in there. I got a lot of time. Some of you guys might be thinking, I don't have that much time. I don't have that much time. What Jamil is telling you is, you got a lot of time. You got plenty of time. You got a ton of time. Do you know how many people we've helped in the last 1 to 2 days of the month? You got plenty of time. But if you don't believe you don't have that much time, guess what you won't have? You won't have that much time. If you believe you got plenty of time, like I'm telling you, guess what you got? You got plenty of time. And so today we're going to learn, how do you speed up time? How do you speed up success? You speed it up with the philosophy of 2 is better than 1. It's called an abundance mindset. It's called a find your 12 mentality, having it. Woo, I love it. So we're going to jump into this, but first, what do you guys say we get inspired a little bit? How many of you guys coaches are out there that are making your way to executive director, and you may still be wavering a little bit? Is this possible for me? Yes, stop it. Yes, of course, we wouldn't be on here preaching so boldly to you guys. It's possible for anyone who wants it. And so I want to introduce you guys to Miss Jeanette Palmer, who's been one of the highlights, honestly, over the past, I don't even know how it's been now, how long it's been. It might be a couple years now, might be a year, I don't remember. But she's one of those people that once you meet her, you'll never forget her. The first time, I never even met her, and she was coaching me and training me and sending me messages again and again on making sure that I get sleep. That is how big her heart is. She didn't even know me, but she would just be messaging, hey, did you get sleep tonight? And I think just that heart and that passion for people that she doesn't even know is one of the reasons why she's been so successful. So Jeanette, can you come on off and tell us a little bit about your journey and your experience?
Oh.
You are on. Jeanette, unmute yourself.
Well, that was just fabulous stuff I just said. And I don't know if I remember what I said, but it was all about sleep and how I tell Joy all the time to get her sleep. So Jamil asked me to speak about how I went from coach to ED. So I think the best way to tell you is the timeline, the dollars I did, and what was going on in my life at that time to show you, you can be busy and still do all this. Joy encouraged me to sign up as a coach and a client at the same time. So literally she had me doing health assessments before I even received my client kit or coaching kit. I was at my nephew's graduation in California. My first health assessment was with my sister at a hotel. We were hungover because we were at dinner the night before. I had to run downstairs and get a health assessment printed out at the hotel lobby because she's like, do you have your health assessment? I'm like, what is that? I don't even know what you're talking about. Anyway, health assessment started in May. This is 2 years ago. I've been coaching 2 years. That was May 6th, my first one. May 11th, I started a program. And then I'm going to let you know. So each time, so all May was health assessment. So 0 volume. And I had a sales meeting that month. June, I was still a coach. I had 2 clients, 3 trade shows, 1 sales meeting, and started looking for apartments because I needed to leave my living situation. July became manager, 2654 was my volume. July, I moved. My stuff was in a truck at convention. It was my first convention, and I had 2 trade shows. And trade shows, just so you know what they are to me, I have 1,000 square foot showroom, 10 shoe brands I had, and most people have 1 to 3. So it's a lot of phone calls for appointments. It's a lot of packing to get to a show, driving, setting it up, doing the show, appointments, packing it up, going home. It's exhausting. Okay, so when I say a trade show, just know all the work that goes behind it. August, I hit AD, 3617. August, I had 3 trade shows. September, I went down to manager. This was 2 trade shows, 1 in Billings. Now, by the way, I'm driving from Colorado to Billings, Montana, and back. In between that and driving to Salt Lake City for another trade show, my brother moved in for 3 months, September to December, lived on my couch going through outpatient rehab. October, I had a show, and it was October Madness. I hit 7231. Now, how did I do it? I heard Jamil's voice in my head all the time. Do it anyway, do it anyway, do it anyway. He literally, I would scream at him in my head. He doesn't know this, or I think I've shared this with him once, I was like, shut up, I'm so tired. Let me be. But it was there. It was so in there from all the trainings we did. So literally it's like, what did it require? Do it anyway is what it required, and do the work. November, I was 6104. I dropped a little. In December, I hit the 10K club, $11,412 because I wanted to earn that cruise. And I got on that cruise. And all those health assessments in May and June where nothing was happening and I was getting frustrated. I'm like, oh my God, this is taking way too long. Guess what? They all showed up in December, and that's how I hit a 10K club. So it happens that, like I always tell all my coaches and on our team, you want that binder of not nows to be this thick, which mine is. And last month, how all my clients were from that book of not nows, all the way back to 2 years ago. So just want to let you know how I did that. And then let's see. So what did it require? It was do the work, do it anyway. Were there any challenges? And if so, how did you break through? It was really just the busy schedule, managing disappointment, and just doing it. Like, I think I was just too tired to even worry about people not signing up. I just kept doing it. And then who did I talk to? Everybody. Everybody I know knows that I'm health coaching. Everybody at a trade show, all my family knows, friends know, anybody I speak to, somehow I sneak it in what I do. And why did I do it? Different goals change all the time. Oh, there's my, can I have 1 or 2 more minutes? Yeah, okay. Why did I do it? Different goals. My first goal was I moved to Colorado because financially I was a mess. Being an independent footwear sales rep, Denver West took all my money. Like what I made went back in. What I made went back in. Like I lost my job December 2008, last corporate job, became independent for 3 years, just broke, absolutely broke. Everything went on the card. So moved to Colorado. I was with a guy 4 years, but he drank. Not that I didn't, but he drank. He was verbally abusive, closer and closer and closer in time. He had jealousy issues. So when I was at the showroom working, he thought I was out having drinks with guys. When I first started, I was on the phone with Joy. I literally put her on speaker, so he heard it was a girl I was talking to. And by the time we were done the conversation and we hung up, he literally said to me, "Who are you effing now?" I'm like, dude, I even had this girl on speaker, so he knew it was a girl. I mean, it was bad. So goal number 1 was I had to get the heck out of that house. Goal number 2 is I'm getting rid of all that debt. Now I'm in so much debt. 2 years, I'm still not out of it. So I'm still working on that. I kept my day job. I got a better job. Started January 1st selling Pendleton, which I had to take it. It's a killer job and I love it. Oh, and then my 8 to 10 year goal is I want a doggy rescue ranch, and it's become so big. I have no problem dreaming. It's so big. I'm probably going to need investors because it's ginormous with what I want to do. And then what I could say to help you do it too is no matter what, you just have to do the work. If you want this, you just have to do the work. You can do all the training, but if you don't do the work, skills without the work, nothing's going to happen. You have to do it. So do it anyway was the biggest one. Jamil oh my God. Jamil, you have no idea how much I used to yell at you in my head when I was so tired. No excuses. Posting, the 3x3x3, the posting, I had to cut it back. I was a big poster, so now I have to do intentional posts. I stopped the political posts, the angry posting. Friends. You asked me to add to do all this, Janelle, but I just want to bring up friends. When I first was training, listening to trainings, I think I had 600 friends or 700 friends, and Jamil kept saying, if you're at 600, be 700. If you're 700, be 800. If you're 800, be 900. I'm like, dog, I'm going to go more than that. So what I did was I joined 5 groups, all ones I'm passionate about, and I friend requested everybody. I didn't just do 3 friends. They're private groups. I went to members and I friend requested everybody. 2 years later, I have 4,100 friends. So it's so easy if you just go to groups you're passionate about and you friend request everybody, and then you start your conversation. So now when I had a post about Abby, my doggy, 400 comments and likes. That's going to keep me busy a little while with authentic relationships. And then I'm on every training. So basically it's just do the work and do it anyway is the biggest thing, no matter what. Like I literally, one more thing, Jamil, sorry. Last September I had a family tragedy and I was in California at a hotel. I was doing my check-in calls with my clients and Joy, and I was there for a horrific family tragedy and I still did my calls. So it just depends how much you want it. That's all I got. That's all I did.
Love it. Thank you so much, my friend. So good. All right, you guys put 2 or 3 things in the chat that really stuck out to you in Jeanette's story of perseverance and really, doing the work and doing it anyway and having an extremely busy schedule and a lot that was going on, but it seems like she made a decision, and it seems like that's what it comes down to. So, Jeanette, we appreciate you. We appreciate your journey. We appreciate your openness and your vulnerability with sharing with us this morning, and certainly appreciate your spirit and being part of the OPVIA community. And so, you guys, I really want to take a lot of the principles that Jeanette just talked to us about and really move to that space that I was just kind of talking about, which is the acceleration process. And so I want to bring on Presidential Director Michelle Bamba to really talk to us about the mindset. What is the mindset behind obtaining referrals and really working from the standpoint of 2 is better than 1? So Michelle Bamba, we're coming to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Good morning, you guys. So excited to be on. And yeah, like Jamil was saying, referrals are important. I don't think that we talk about them enough. And there's such an importance in mindset in all that we do. And I mean all that we do, right? We talk about mindset and a little bit of everything. And so when it comes to referrals, I truly believe that we are missing out on such an incredible opportunity of expanding our business, and that this is something that is not talked about enough or talked about often. So hopefully after today, we kind of uncover the importance of referrals and how this could really explode your business, but in 2 different ways, not just for yourself, but even for your clients and your clients' success. So before we really get started, I want you guys to all go back and think about the very first day that you learned about OPTAVIA. Close your eyes if that helps you kind of take yourself back to that point. But when you first learned about this opportunity to join this amazing community, where were you? How were you feeling? What were you experiencing? How ready were you to say yes to make changes to your life, even though you didn't know what was going to happen, right? What made you make that decision? Was it the trust maybe in the relationship that you had with your coach? Was it the fact that person maybe inspired some hope into you, or maybe that they saw something in you that you didn't see for yourself? You know, did your coach give you some hope? You know, some of you maybe came in Optavia for a healthy body. Maybe some of you came in for the purpose of serving others. And some of you maybe came into it for the financial piece. So today we're really going to go over the importance of referrals and how to build a referral-based business. You know, I look at referrals as a source of community. And one of those things that we know that habits are created and habits are reinforced. You know, the things that we do, the choices that we make, the way that we act, the way that we think, the way that we behave, all the things that dictate habits are really created and they're reinforced by people that we hang out with the most. Have you guys ever heard of the phrase, you are the 5 people you hang out with the most, right? So let that kind of sink in as I kind of review this and go over this of how, you know, all of these habits that we have aren't necessarily just us. It's by the association that we're in. It's about the people that we hang out with. So think about where you are today and think about where you were before. And that's why I asked you at the beginning to really think about, you know, where you were before coming into Optavia. Now, how has coming into a community really made a difference for you? You know, whatever area that is in, whether it's your body, your mind, your finances, maybe all 3, is we have a really big mission. And the way we're going to change America and in the world is by reaching out, by sharing from our heart, from building relationship, building trust, and really connecting with people. So what I'm going to uncover with you guys today is that referrals are critical to help set people up for success by helping them create an environment that they can be in, that they can trust, that they can believe in, and that they can really be excited about. So think about where you are. You know, you have the potential to reach out to so many people directly and indirectly. And the longer that you're in with Optavia, you know, the more you're going to build an incredible referral source business and reach out to more and more lives. You know, how often are you sharing your story with people? Now, a few days ago, we went into the power of sharing your story and how that really makes the difference in our business. But how often do you share that? You know, when you do a really great job at sharing your story and what you do, and you share that more often, when people hear the words, I need to get healthy, or they hear someone say, I need to get healthy, the goal is for them to think about you, right? So as we start to share our story, we want people to always be thinking about us. And that people are going to send people to you. You know, that is a big source of referrals is really by word of mouth. You know, so when people think about referrals, they think, okay, I'm going to send that person. You should connect with my friend Michelle, right? She's going to help you out. So, and you, as you know, you guys, is that when people feel the power of our transformational community, as our clients are so lucky to do that, our clients experience it every day, they're going to want to share this with everyone else. So just to give you an idea, you know, people who refer people refer really at different levels. You know, so you're going to have some people that may refer health coaching to you. You know, you're going to have people that are going to refer clients to you. But really what we're looking for is anybody that can benefit from our trilogy and can really benefit from our offer. Let me tell you guys, 4 years ago, I was struggling, really struggling with so many different areas in my life. At the time, I just thought that I needed a healthy body. You know, that's all I kind of went in for, you know, but really what I needed was I needed someone to refer me to Optavia. And guess what? They did. You know, a friend referred us to our health coach. And from there, I became the referrer. You know, although I became a coach my first week into plan, you know, my first 2 days, I referred 2 people over to my coach. You know, I became that referrer that referred my sister-in-law. I referred my friend. I was already starting to share with the changes that I was feeling just 2-3 days in. You know, I didn't really know much, but people wanted what I had, you know, and that's what I want the mindset of you guys going in. So I want you guys to write this down, and I want you guys to always believe this. I am a true believer that every single person that I know is going to fall into 3 categories. Number 1, they're going to do the program. Number 2, they're going to coach alongside me. Or number 3, they're going to be a referral source. So you're going to talk to a lot of people, right? You're going to share your story with a lot of people. And what you're going to see is that those people are going to fit into one of those categories. So your job as a coach is really to just share your story with everyone and to see which categories that they're going to fall into. You're going to talk to people that maybe, they're not ready to do our program, or maybe, it's not for them, or they don't need to lose the weight, or, it's not for them, but they're going to still be that referral source. So don't feel like, maybe you have a candidate or you had a health assessment with someone that wasn't ready. It doesn't mean that they're not going to go out and refer people to you. We just want to build the trust with these people so that eventually they will fall into one of these categories. And we hear this all the time, and I heard this early on, is everyone knows about 600 people by first name. Did you guys know that? Did you guys come into this thinking, well, I don't really know a lot of people? Well, they show studies that everybody knows at least 600 people by first name. So if I know 600 people and each of them knows 600 people, if you took 600 times 600, that's about 360,000 people. Now let's take out some crossover because people know people who know people. But half of that, even if we look at half of that, it's about 180,000 people. Guys, that's 180,000 people by your second level of influence. Guys, that's a lot of people. You think about that. That is a lot of people. This is going to show you that it is absolutely impossible to ever run out of people to talk to. So let's kind of, where do we want to start in all this? That's kind of a big number to kind of think about and be like, wow, like you never thought about that, right? 180,000 people that you can potentially influence. So where do we want to start? We want to start that absolutely structurally coaching our coaches is key. Our clients is key. That's where a lot of our referrals are going to come from. We think, or we know that Optavia is just this amazing community of people helping other people, lifting people up, and people feel that community. Our community is one that people can really feel, not just talk about. So let's talk a little bit about structurally coaching our clients. When we're integrating our clients into all areas of our program, we are, integrating them into the pillar of our community, which is such a key component that everyone loves. I mean, how many of you have a client that you talk to? I'm sure multiple clients that you talk to where they just love our client community. They just love being a part of something. They're just so excited to be a part of something. They just love the atmosphere. So we're integrating our clients into that community, and we're integrating them in all areas. We're integrating them into the habits of health system. And what we're really doing, you guys, is we're really showing them the power of who we are and what it is that we do. So when we're involving them into our community, maybe we're inviting them to Wednesday night calls, having them be a part of that. We're doing our client check-ins. We're really integrating them in all areas. What you're going to see is that people are going to be more successful. And when they're more successful, they're going to love you more. They're going to love our community even more. And they're going to become happy integrated clients. And what do happy integrated clients do? Anyone know? Yes, they become health coaches. If they don't become a health coach, they're going to become an incredible referral source because they're going to go out and they're going to share this with all of their friends and their family. So I want to give you guys a few mindsets to have about client referrals. Is number one, we want to earn that referral, right? That's obvious. If you want clients to refer people to you, make them happy. Give them the value and provide excellent client support. Make that your focus and ensure them that you're doing this, because we don't want to just keep asking them for referrals over and over and over again, right? We want to make them happy. We want to see that there's so much value in this. And if they're happy, guess what? Sometimes you won't even have to ask. They're going to just naturally refer people to you. So client support, it's such a key component when it comes to referrals. We want to be committed to those people. We want to be committed to this because this is a huge deal. For someone to refer you a friend is a big deal. They're putting themselves on the line for you. They want to know that you're genuinely going to take care of their friend and give them also excellent support, like you said that you would. And I want you guys to remember, thirdly, is referral is not a lead. A referral is really a huge vote of confidence from a client, and it's the ultimate validation that you're truly providing value to them. And I want you to remember this is referrals are literally the ultimate compliment to have and to get, right? When someone's referring people, does that make you feel good? Doesn't make you feel, wow, like, you know, I'm doing good when it comes to client support. So let's kind of switch keys and let's talk about the why, okay? So why do we want to build a referral-based business? Why are they so important? You know, I'm not going to give you the how because Rachel's going to get into that in a little bit, and she's going to give us practical tools to obtain referrals. And let me tell you guys, she is like the referral queen. You know, she is so amazing at referrals, and everyone just sends everyone to them or to her and to Tim. So you guys are in for a treat. But let's really look into the importance of why we want to build a referral-based business and why that's really important. But we really want to look at them in two different ways: how they're going to serve our clients and how they're going to serve us as a coach. So for our clients, you know, what are the things that we know is obviously community is huge. You know, it's one of the 4 components in our program. And we know how powerful community can be. And we know that referrals are going to help our clients build support communities around them. You know, if they're doing this with someone else, or they have someone in their circle of friends that they're doing this with, or multiple people, you know, we know that healthy people hang out with healthy people. You know, you are the 5 people that you hang out with. So we want to emphasize the importance of this for clients to see the value of doing this with other people, because it's going to be a support system for them. It's going to be incredible for them to know that they're not doing this alone. On top of having the community and a coach, they're not having people that they know are doing this with them. And if they know that this is going to provide value to them, and to know that they are going to be, you know, that support system for them, and having that community of people they know is going to be just help them be more successful. And then as coaches, you know, we know that our clients are going to be more successful and they're going to be more integrated when their family and friends join them. That we know, oh, they're hanging out with those people. They're going to, you know, help each other stay accountable in their journey. We know they're going to be more successful. It's going to help our circle of influence as well. It's actually going to open our circle of influence as well. We're going to now get to know other people and their circle of influence. And you guys, this can open the conversation about coaching. Have you ever had a client who didn't want to coach because they didn't think that they knew anybody? I was actually one of them. I didn't want to coach because I didn't think I knew anyone that wanted to do this. Well, that's a lot of the mindset that comes in when, you know, we ask our coaches or clients, or we go to our clients and, you know, we ask them to explore the opportunity of coaching. Their first thought probably is, oh, I don't think I know anybody. Well, if they refer someone who decides that they want to do this, there you go. It opens up the door to potentially exploring coaching with that client. Now they see, hey, your friends and family do want to do this. You know, let's explore what coaching can look like. Or it's also going to fill up our funnel with clients who are potentially going to become coaches. You know, we're going to have people that, although they're going to be just a referral source where they're referring tons of people over to us and they don't want to coach, well, one of their people may want to coach, right? And as Jamil said, you know, it's going to accelerate the process of filling out our lines. So I want to give you guys the goal. You know, the goal is actually not to take the referral. And I know this may have just thrown you off because you're thinking, wait, we just went over the last few minutes of why referrals are so important. But let me tell you why. You know, referrals can lead to sponsoring. And we all know that. You know, sponsoring is the blood of our business. The sponsoring is what will help our business grow. So the goal is to not get the referral. The goal is to see, or to really have our clients see the value of building a healthy community around them, and for them to see that although they said they weren't ready to coach to begin with, their referral is ready. They inspired that person to get healthy. And now it's time to explore what coaching can look for them. Now, if they say no, because people say no, you know, that, you know, we're still going to be happy to take that referral. And then the client will still benefit really creating that healthy community around them. But more times than no, you guys, it's going to awaken them. It's going to awaken them to see the potential of coaching and what that can do for them, and to see that, hey, people actually want to do this. People are ready to do this. And so people are going to be open to exploring health coaching. So where are your referrals going to come from? Well, they're going to come from our clients, right? That's probably the biggest pool of where they're going to come from, because people are experiencing this program. People are asking what they're doing. People are going to send you people. You know, as long as we are giving excellent client support, and we are, you know, showing this client what is possible with community and having that community around them of positive people, like-minded people, you're going to have a lot of referrals that come from your clients. Also our friends and our family, right? That's a huge pool of where our referrals come from. And you guys, everyone we know, everyone we know should be referring us people. But does everyone know what you do? Does everyone know that you're a transformational coach? That we don't sell a diet, but we help people transform. We help, transform people into a whole new life. Are you sharing your story with everyone? And are you letting them know what it is that you do? Are you being bold on Facebook? Are you branding yourself? You guys, we just went over this 2 days ago about branding yourself and the value in that. When you're branding yourself, when people think about health or they hear people talk about health, they're going to say, hey, I know someone. And I want to give you a quick story on that is, that's how we live when it comes to Facebook, of branding ourselves. We want to get really good at that, because I am part of a ton of groups. And there was someone looking to get healthy in one of the groups. It was a mom's group, a local mom's group. Someone was looking to get healthy and asked those moms, like, hey, I'm looking to get healthy. I'm looking to lose the rest of my baby weight work. I need help. And someone tagged me, someone who's not a client, someone who's just a friend on Facebook, someone that I probably shared my story to, and tagged me and said, Michelle Baume can help you. She's a health coach. And that person turned into a client, you guys. So that is the powerfulness. So that is the power in sharing your story and being bold and branding yourself on Facebook, because it could lead to referrals from people who aren't even your client. So my ending thoughts to you guys is look at referrals as a source of community for your clients. It's going to increase their chances of success, because you are the 5 people you hang out with. And referrals are going to give you the best opportunity to invite those people to join our community as a client or as a coach. So remember, we always want to posture coaching. Sponsoring should be the number one thing that we want to do to help us grow our business, take us to that next level. And it's going to help us build our funnel, right? So lastly, why is it so important to share your story? Because remember, everyone that you're going to share your story with is either going to do the program, they're going to coach alongside with you, or they're going to be a referral source. That's all I got. So Jamil, back to you.
Oh my gosh, so much value. You guys go on and put 2 or 3 things in the chat, in the comments, that you just took away from this woman. Incredible. And I love it. So simplistic. 1 or 3 things are going to fall into these buckets. They're either going to join us as a client, they're going to join us as a coach, or they'll refer us people. Doesn't that make it so easy? I mean, as I'm walking through my day now, doesn't that make it so simple? I don't need to stress. I don't need I just easily put people in to these little buckets. And that makes it so much easier to go provide value to the world, and that I don't stress out. And I know none of you guys out there ever stress out, right? None of you guys ever get in your head. What did Drake say? I'm in my feelings. None of you guys ever get in your feelings, right? I know hip hop references, many of you guys wouldn't get that, but it just gets us out of our heads, And so it makes it so much easier. Michelle Baume, thank you so much for providing such value. I love it. Chat's blowing up. So let's go on over to Global Director Rachel Richards, and to really start to understand the skill set and the practical application for actually obtaining these referrals. So Rachel, you are on.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was great. So just building on that, one of the first things that I would kind of look at as you're just setting up that mindset part, right? Michelle did an amazing job of mindset. Now we're going to go into skill set. And then I'm also going to give you some things to get into action with, to practice that skill set, to reveal any mindset that still needs work. So isn't it a beautiful flywheel of like mindset, skill set, action? If I'm in action and things aren't happening, do I have a mindset issue? Do I have a skill set issue? And that's why I have to be hip to hip with my mentor, because this is how we grow and develop competency in our trade, right? We are professional health coaches. So we can get excited about learning, and this is a great thing to learn along with your mentors. So the first thing I would ask you is, are you having fun with coaching? Because if you're not, your clients are not either. So where's your fun factor? That's just a gut check before we even get started with skill set is, am I kind of heavy right now? Do I take on this as a burden? Do I feel stressed? Am I coming across that way? Am I building excitement? Okay, even in the aspect of building a list, referrals should always start from a list, right? Because as Michelle just said, every client, every person we know is either a client, a future coach, or someone that can refer us to a client or a future coach. So how people experience us is huge when it comes to that, right? So maybe just kind of look at that and say, you know, I don't know that I'm that fun right now. Maybe I should work on some things in my life book, and I'm just being unplugged with you guys, because I have noticed in the 3 years that we've been coaching that my referrals go down when I get in my head and I'm not working in structure. My referrals go down, and I can actually measure it in my business and see, uh-oh, I'm not in structure. I'm probably not that fun and that uplifting in these client interactions, because maybe I'm coming at them like I have to get that health assessment done. I have to do this check-in. I need to get this lady's night before call done. And if that spirit comes in, then the client is coming at this as a task too. I have to get healthy. I have to get in fat burn. And nobody's having fun. And if you're not having fun, you're not talking about anything, right? We don't talk about things that are not fun. So how are people experiencing you? The best way to know that is how strong are your referrals? Okay, so there is a direct connection between that. Now, one of the things I would say is, as you look at all your clients, we've talked about this before, I like to do it on my map. So I like to do my map, and then I like to look in there and say, who are my raving fans? Who is integrated? Who is having a great time with this and participating in the client support page? Remember, they identify themselves, right? They self-identify. So I always like to make sure that my raving fans are aware of how referrals work, right? And that we're always revisiting that. If they are a neutral, where you're like, I have someone on the plan, but they're not really integrated, and they're not really participating in the Wednesday night calls, and they kind of miss the client support page stuff, right? They check in with me sometimes, but not on our scheduled days. They often miss their call. Then you know that person is neutral. They may not be doing poorly, but they're probably not a raving fan. And then below that is your detractors. So I do like to start looking at my clients and realizing, okay, my detractors we need to have a call and move them to neutral, my neutral to net promoter, and my net promoters are where we see our referrals come from, as well as our future coaches. So it's good to, winners keep score, okay? So it's good to look at everything holistically and at once on your map and kind of see where you're at, okay? That's one practical thing that I do when I do my map on the 1st and then again on the 15th, is I just look at where everybody's at, and I try to give everybody one more bite of integration. I'm always looking for just one more bite of integration. You know, maybe they're doing great with most of it, but they're not participating in the Wednesday night call. Then that becomes my challenge for that client, is to say, I would like to challenge you to take one more bite of our offering this week. And I explain to them that clients that utilize the whole program are far more likely to keep their weight off and be successful in this program. And that for every piece they're missing, it becomes a risk factor in their own health journey, right? So I go back to things on the health assessment. Let's talk about the health assessment. I want to get into some really practical tips for you guys. At the health assessment, when I start out talking to them, I usually know who referred them, okay? Obviously, it's come through referral many times, but I always like to say, who can I thank for your referral? Because my business is run by referrals. So I'm so excited. And they'll say, oh yeah, it was Jeanette. Awesome. I'm so excited that you get to get healthy with Jeanette and start helping her to get your mutual circles more healthy. This is so exciting. So I like to make a referral business is a culture that you set. You set the tone on your business being by referral. And it should be a natural expectation that they have of, I'm going to help you get the word out. So one of the questions I had was, do you guys share the mission and the vision of our company at the health assessment? So do you say to them, do you remember to bring Dr. A in the conversation? It's powerful. I think it's why we get referrals, because I let them know at the beginning, I let them know right away that there is a vision and mission that we are on. And it is to, from Dr. A's words, it's to make healthcare the alternative, right? Should somebody want that. And it's to allow people to embark on the most powerful personal development journey that they've ever been on, and to create self-efficacy and completely empower them to take control of all areas of their life, starting with their health. How exciting is that? So I tell them, you're joining me on this mission and that vision. And they always say the same thing when I share that. They say that, something like, that is awesome, or wow, that is so cool, or oh my gosh, that is powerful. And I tell them, so by you getting healthy with me, you are helping to spread that vision and mission of giving people that dominant force in their life, right? Helping them to become that dominant force in their life and take control over anything that isn't serving them. So now that I've set that up, do you think when I ask them on the health assessment, questions like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fulfilled are you? Like if I've approached this as a diet, you guys, and someone has referred this as a diet, and I say, how fulfilled are you in your life? And they're like, why would you ask me that, right? That would be weird. Well, no, it depends on what you're representing. If you're representing a mission and vision of a personal development journey, whereby your healthy body, we're going to check that box, but that's not even where we're going to stop. We're going to keep going. You are going to become healthy in every area of your life. How exciting is that? And who else needs that? I think the ultimate thing that I have heard in working with teams is if you go to ask for a referral and you get something like this, yeah, I don't know anyone that needs to lose weight, or I don't think my friends would want to do this diet, then we did something wrong, right? Because remember, we're not a diet company. We're not a nutrition company. And you guys, I take the extra 5 minutes on a health assessment to hone that in and hammer that home. I let them know we are not, just so you know, we're going to get you the healthy body goals that you have. That's a given. If you're coachable, open, and curious, you will achieve that stretch goal that you've laid out. That's not even a factor. But just so you know, we're not a diet company. We're not a nutrition company. We're a personal development organization. And so if that's true, I want you to think about who doesn't need it then, right? Who doesn't need personal development? Who doesn't need to become the dominant force in their life and start taking control and identifying obstacles that don't serve them in their everything, right? In their finances, in their relationships, in their surroundings. So when you look at the health assessment, this is our opportunity to start setting up referrals, because do you want to join the mission? Do you believe in the vision? Does that make sense? I always ask them, does that make sense that we're going to get you a healthy body, but we're not going to stop there because it's the emotional mismanagement of our country that has us eating poorly? Would you agree with that? I have never in my life, you guys, heard a no. Never. When I say, would you agree with Dr. A that the emotional mismanagement is what has us standing in the pantry? Would you agree that it's our long commute and our lack of fulfillment that sometimes has us coping in ways that don't serve us, because they've shared with me maybe the drinking or the overeating or, the stress of their life? So the health assessment allows us to start building our referral-based business. And specifically, what I mean by that is when you start talking to them about their healthy surroundings. Healthy surroundings on your health assessment, just go ahead and write referrals at the top of that, because right there, that's where you can start to dig in on. I always ask the question from element 5. I ask in there supportively, if you were to think about your circle, how many accomplices do you think you have? And how many friends do you think you have that would support you in getting healthy? And a lot of times this is where they're like, well, actually, you know, I feel like a lot of the hardest part for me, Rachel, is going to be the parties and the drinking. And a lot of my friends are probably going to give me a hard time about not drinking. I'll hear stuff like that. And we'll start to talk to them about how those people will be inspired by their energy, the way they start showing up, and that we will work on getting them healthy together. I mean, I just put it out there. Excuse me. The other thing that I love to ask in the surroundings is, it says, is there anyone in your life who you'd like to get healthy with? I don't ask it that way. I make a slight tweak. I just say, so who are we going to get healthy with? By this time, guys, that's at the end of the health assessment. And there's a reason for that, because you've awakened them. Look at the beginning of the health assessment. You're getting them to dream. You're getting them to drop their walls. Occasionally, you're going to hear something in there that you need to come back to in healthy surroundings. But at the end of the health assessment, when you've got 30 minutes of trust deposits and listening, active listening, they haven't been listened to in a long time. So sometimes just by the end of the health assessment, they want to give you a referral. So at the end of the health assessment, I just ask them, so who are we going to get healthy with? And then don't say another word. Don't start getting nervous. Don't start trying to fill in the blank. Don't prompt them like anybody at work or anybody. Just leave it. So who are we going to get healthy with? Don't say another word. They will always fill in a blank. Always, if you let them, even if you let the awkward silence build, where it's like, okay, it's been like 3 seconds and she hasn't answered me, let it sit. They're going to come up with a name and they're going to say, probably my sister-in-law. Awesome. I am going to start with you, and we together will help influence her towards these positive changes that she's seeing in you. It's going to be fun and rewarding for you to get healthy and be able to impact your sister-in-law and many people after that. As you know, because you called me, because Jeanette referred you to me, I work by referrals. So guys, a couple of times when I go through the health assessment and I lay out the vision, I mean, guys, don't shortchange that. Paint the picture for them. They can't see it. They have horse blinders on, okay? They only know the Western diet culture and that this is a diet that they're gonna start. And in their mind, they've already quit before they started because that's what they do with diets. So remember, they have the blinders on. They can't see what you see. You're gonna have to be their eyes. You're gonna have to say, I want you to picture this. You're going to have me. You've never had a health coach before. I'm going to be your one-on-one health coach. You're going to have a healthy community to get healthy with. You're going to have all kinds of new friends and new playgrounds until we get your playground and your friends healthy. How exciting. We're going to get you plugged into our behavioral systems, and we're going to start working on everything that has caused you to fail in the past. We're going to identify them one by one and remove them out of your way so that you can be successful. And you're going to be the healthiest version of yourself. So you're painting this vision, right, for them. So you're going to have to be that for them. Now they're starting to see, I don't think this is a diet. This lady's talking a little bit different than a diet. And now that's your first trust deposit, right? So you want to be able to cost justify your offering. And that is a skill set for me with referrals. Because when I go through our complete offering and I tell them the coaching is included, your supplements are included, your healthy community is included, There's no membership fees or anything like that. I don't have any fees, right? I'm taken care of. You're only paying for the food that you're putting in your mouth, and you're putting food in your mouth anyway. But now it's going to serve you. And I go through the Wednesday night call and the subject matter experts that are going to pour into them every single week until they outgrow me. And after you go through this whole thing, they ask me questions like this, you guys. Well, how do you get paid? Because $13.85 a day seems really inexpensive. Like, I can't believe how cheap this is. And I'm like, right? How my best thank you is your referrals. So it's almost like they feel this sense of, that's a lot of value. How do I take care of you? Oh, positive word of mouth. So practical things I'm going to run through really quick that are going to boost your referrals. First and foremost, your client support page. Are you building a referral-based culture in your client support page? So when I welcome a client, I always tag who brought them into program. So welcome, Jessica Taggart. Thank you, Rob Espinoza, for giving your niece the gift of health. We love seeing healthy families get healthy together. It's powerful. It says to the other members, oh, you're not bringing your family? You can, right? This is normal. We're normalizing referrals. Are you normalizing referrals in your client support page? Number one. Number two, do you have a thank you, a referral program, a way to thank them? Tim and I have chosen to do wellness credits, but I let them know right then and there on the first referral. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Remember that Jamil says, tell them what's going to happen before it happens. Let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to provide me this referral, and I'm going to coach them and love them the way I've loved you. And they're going to get all this value. But guess who they're going to come back and ask questions of? You. Because you have the trust, you have the friendship, and they're going to come to you. So I'm going to take this referral if you are certain that you're not ready to coach, because we've already covered that, right? Assume that. Now, when that happens, I told them what was going to happen, and I start getting text messages. You were right. My cousin's asking me everything. And I'm like, great. On your next referral, you and I are going to explore this a little bit more. And I just keep making it normal. On your next referral, like, yeah, there's a lot of referrals that should be happening, right? Because I work by referral only to a large degree. The other thing is, make them or can get them to consider the value of a shout out on Facebook. So when they shout out on Facebook, I tell them, I'm going to have you do that for your accountability. Your accountability is going to require you to do things that are uncomfortable. I'm going to have you do a shout out on week 1 on your personal Facebook and tag me. Now, guys, adding friends 3 by 3 by 3, when they do the shout out, add every single one of those friends of theirs. And now when they decide to coach, they've seen a lot of good things between your feed and their feed. And now you can say, actually, you have a lot of friends that are following health, right? So a good way to add friends is after that shout out, add their friends. And that way you can start helping their friends as well. So that's a practical step. I have so much more, but we are coming close to the time, and I need to give Jamil a couple of minutes to wrap this up. Let me just see if there was anything vital that I really wanted to share with you guys. I think the last thing is they're going to come to you a lot on those client check-ins and say the fear of missing out is going to be a big part of their journey. They feel like they're missing out on things that are happening on the weekends. And that's where you get to ask them, how do we get your circle healthy? How are we going to do that? How are we going to make these parties that have lean and greens on the table? And I tell them the story of like how and this is a true story, I could drive to Erica Van Gerpen's, my friend, or Julie Russell, or anywhere around here, and I'm going to eat a lean and green for dinner because I got my family and my friends healthy. So now staying healthy is easy because I invited them into the more that I was becoming. And I'm going to show you how to invite your friends into more and stop dieting and start becoming the dominant force in their life. How awesome is that? So anyways, that's all I got. There's so much more, but referrals is a culture, you guys. We got to build it.
Oh my good grief. Whoo! Am I the only one? I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna invite you into my more. Did I get that right? Did anyone else catch it? I'm going to invite you into my more. And what's so incredible is she's not just talking about physical health. Like she's talking about life. I'm gonna invite you into my more. You guys, please go on and put 2, 3. I mean, to be quite honest with you, this is one that you're gonna want to play back. I mean, just make some room in your schedule. Go on and block out some time in your schedule because you're gonna want to record this. I mean, what Jeanette, Michelle, and Rachel just gave you today, I got it. I gotta get them because it's time to run. I mean, can you get any more practical tips? This is definitely not one of the trainings so where you say, I didn't get anything from it. They didn't tell me exactly what to do. They literally just said for the last 60 minutes exactly what to do. Did you hear Rachel's posturing? Did you hear her boldness? Did you hear her confidence? Did you hear, like, it's a difference between a professional and an amateur. Once you start approaching your business that I'm a professional coach, this is my profession, then you'll start attacking it as such. Whoo! Acceleration was our word for the day. Let me put these shoes to the side. Do you see how you can accelerate the process? That's what I love about what we do, is we get to accelerate time. I'm telling you, when I started coaching, people would tell me it took me such and such time to sort of reach such and such kind of position. And I thought, well, there's nothing that's wrong with that, but I understand acceleration. And so I'm just going to accelerate. You talk to 5, I'm going to talk to 10. You ask 5, I'm going to ask 10. You ask 1, I'm going to ask 20. I'm just going to accelerate the time. That's what I love about success, is it basically comes down to being a numbers game. Whew, I love it. Okay, so let me share a couple action steps. Was this valuable for you guys today? Put a hashtag valuable if you got anything out of this. Are you glad that you woke up and you're part of this group this morning? Wow, so much good stuff. Golly, so much good stuff. Okay, so you guys ready to run? You guys ready to run? We got our track shoes on? Who's got their track spikes out? Okay, action step number 1. What is it, you guys? Action step number 1. Some of you guys are thinking, Rachel, that's you. But I can't ask for referrals like that. Suspend all fear and just go. Some of you guys are thinking, Rachel, none of my friends will send me anyone. Suspend all fear and just go. Some of you guys are saying, Rachel, but you got the background, Rachel. Suspend all fear and just go. Rachel, I just brought on my first couple clients. I can't ask them. Suspend all fear and thinking and just what? Go. Well, you don't understand, Jamil. No, Jamil does understand. Jamil understands if you suspend all fear and thinking and you just go, then you're going to be highly successful. Well, I just brought my nephews, my sister's kids, and you don't. Yes, I do. I get it. Suspend all fear and thinking and just go. The name of the game is to suspend all fear and thinking and just go. Today, we're going to fill up 2 to 4 lines. How many lines are we filling up today? Do not go to sleep until you have 2 to 4 lines filled up. That is the mindset. I don't know whose name's going down on this list. Some people love sleep more than they love success. Let me say that again. Some people love sleep more than they love success. Now, I know sleep is a healthy habit, but I'm going to tell you what, success ought to be a healthy habit too. Fill up 2 to 4 lines today. Make your I will win the cards. I will win the day cards today. You guys are doing such a great job. I want to commend you on doing. I've been seeing these things posted all over social media. I'm looking at your Facebook stories, your Instagram stories, your timelines. You guys are really sharing this with your communities. Love that. Continue to do it. Okay, here we go. Stare at your lines. Close your eyes. Jamil, how can I stare and close my eyes? Just try it. Stare at your lines. Stare at those lines. And then I want you to close your eyes and I want you to ask, who can I serve today? Who needs me? You guys got that? Okay, here we go. Let's jump into talking to some people. Do a Facebook Live today about the $90 promotion, $90 off promotion that we have. Explain why it's amazing and why people should be interested. To this day, I'm still not sure why Facebook Lives is something that intimidates so many people. I kind of want to do like a journal or something on it because it really is something that affects a lot of people. It's probably the what are they going to say or think about me syndrome, or it probably goes back to I'm simply not enough. That's probably where it originates from. But it is quite interesting how many people are afraid to do that. All right, reach out to 10 people today who are on your mind and can use your program. So how many people? 2 people, 1 people, no people, 4 people. How many people? 10 or more. Fraser philosophy is we always do more than what's expected. So if you have that philosophy in life, then you're going to scoff at 10. You're going to say, Jamil, don't ever try to limit me. Don't try to limit me, man. Because my philosophy is I am going to do more than what's expected. All right, choose 10 people, friends, family, clients, that you will ask for a referral today and text that list to your support team. And if they're your clients, are these people your raving friends, or are they your neutrals, or are they the detractors? You probably don't want to ask for referrals from people who are neutral or detractors, but your raving fans would be great. Add 10 new friends on Facebook today and start conversations with them. I would start off by saying, hey, thank you for being my new friend. Just be a human human being. So how many new friends? I have to ask, give validation. That's what I have to do to Mila. I tell Mila, go clean up your room, sweetie. 30 minutes later, room's still messy. Mila, go clean up your room. Mila, repeat back to me. What did I just say? Daddy, you said go clean up my room. Okay, can you go do it, please? Add 10 new friends on Facebook today. Continue to connect with all of your inactive clients. Woo! So today's an amazing day. We're going to come back tomorrow, really get on it. But listen, let's commit to being extraordinary today. There are absolutely people, lots of people that are looking for you. They just don't know about you, or you haven't followed up with them. And so today, let's utilize all of the amazing training we got, and let's accelerate the process. That's what today is about, accelerating the process. Who can you serve today? Thank you guys for being on. Thank you for watching the playback, and thank you to this amazing, beautiful panel of women and trainers that gave us so much value today. I appreciate you all. Let's get to work. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.